right. Looks like we are live, but I've never done this before, so I'm going to check out how we're doing on here. Let me check on my YouTube app and make sure this is actually working properly. It does look like we are live. Let me just try this out here. All right. We are live. And I'm doing something I've never done before. You know, it's new year, new me, if you will. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. And today, going to be talking about Vinegar Syndrome and their subscriber week sale. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. That all drops at noon, but I'd figure I'd get in here at 11:30 and do a little physical media roundup. My name is Brad, in case you don't know, host of the Cinema Speak podcast. And, I love movies. I love collecting movies. I love physical media. And that's kind of been more of the focus of the YouTube channel over here. So I figure, hey, let's do a live reaction to the Vinegar Syndrome titles as they drop at noon. I'm prepared with my Vinegar Syndrome t-shirt here that you can't really see. I can tilt it down a little bit and you can see. But, it's a new year, and I said, let's start it. Let's start strong today. And I'm even going to break out. I got a little party favor here. I barely stayed awake to watch the ball drop, so I didn't have these on at midnight last night, but I have some 2025 glasses to help us celebrate the new year in style, the new Vinegar Syndrome releases in style. So this will be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. This might be exclusive content if you're watching live, because I'd say there's like an 80% chance this is just going to never happen again. And I would say there's about a 60% chance that once this is over, I'm just going to delete the recording. So there's a very good chance what you're seeing is exclusive content. And so you get to check it out. You won't miss it out. Leading up to the sale right now, the site is currently offline. So let's see if we can do this here. Okay, so there's me down there. And how does it look if I share my screen? Are we looking okay? Are we looking as good as we possibly can? I think you can see, yes, you can see the Vinegar Syndrome site there as I talk about it. So let's just look what's going on here. So Virtual Insanity Subscriber Week begins in 27 minutes, 42 seconds. Let's just see here. Here's what to expect for 2025's Subscriber Week. Only chance to subscribe for the year-long subscription. So for those that don't know, Vinegar Syndrome does offer the year-long subscription where you can subscribe and they send you every single one of their titles. It's about $1,000+, but it does get you some cool goodies. You also get like 50% off all their partner titles and that kind of thing. So it's pretty dang cool, I'd have to say. We also have new Vinegar Syndrome and Vinegar Syndrome sub-label releases dropping each day. And I think there's maybe 3 releases dropping today specifically. 16 new partner label titles will be revealed. That's happening today. Selection of daily deals up to 70% off SRP refreshing each day. All new merch dropping on day 1. You can enter for a chance to win a free subscription through the VSMC sweepstakes, which is kind of cool, but honestly seems like maybe a little bit of a, I don't want to say scam, but you have to use your subscriber, your Vinegar Syndrome Media Club points. This is all very technical. You have to use those points to enter the sweepstakes. So it seems like a way to just like get people to clear out their points, in my opinion. But hey, it's kind of cool, I guess. And order stacking is available throughout the week as well. So that's pretty neat there. Oh, this is trippy. Let me get rid of that for a second. Bring me back up in the full. So yeah, I probably will not be getting the Vinegar Syndrome, subscription. Probably not. But I will. Let's do this here. This works a little better, I think. Bring this in. There's that. But I will be purchasing some titles for sure throughout the sale, for sure. I mean, it depends on what is available, of course, but I am excited to see what's popping on vinegarsyndrome.com. I've got my coffee here, ready to go. We got 25 minutes. I probably started this a little too early. I can't even see what I'm doing here. There we go. I got some coffee. Got maybe a little special juice in here, if you know what I'm saying. It is New Year's day off, so why not booze it up, right? But while we wait for the Vinegar Syndrome site to refresh and show us all those new goodies, how about we look at a couple of physical media news bits that were dropped this week as we wait. So one thing I do want to share is that a movie that I have not seen in quite some time is getting announced on 4K UHD from Kino. We have Hard 8 on 4K. Hard 8. So this was posted on Christmas Eve. It was just a nice little Christmas present from Kino Lorber Santa Claus. Kino Lorber are preparing a 4K Blu-ray release of Paul Thomas Anderson's Hard 8, starring Philip Baker Hall, John C. Reilly, Gwyneth Paltrow, Samuel L. Jackson, and F. William Parker. And the release is expected to arrive on the market early next year or early this year, if you want to think of it that way, because it is a new year. So yeah, Hard 8, I have not seen it in quite some time, but it's been, I don't know if it's been unavailable, but it has not had a Blu-ray release, at least in North America, as far as I know. So very cool of Kino to be swooping in and announcing this on 4K. So I'm very excited for that. I will be checking it out for sure. That's definitely going to be like a day one purchase. Yeah, so that's that. I realized probably didn't need to start this at 11:30, but we will kill time for another 23 minutes. We got lots of physical media goodness to discuss here. We also have, I can get this going here. Let's see. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the movie Sanctum coming from Shout Factory. Sanctum, which is, of course, produced by James Cameron. It's like an underwater adventure film. I have not seen it, but it is coming out through, I think it's Scream Factory. Is it Scream or is it just Shout? I'm actually not sure. It might be Scream. I don't know. I don't know. Who cares? From executive producer James Cameron, thrilling underwater adventure based on true events. Master cave diver Frank McGuire leads a team, including his teenage son, to explore the largest, most beautiful, and least accessible cave system on Earth. But when a tropical storm cuts off their only escape route, the team must work together to find their way through an uncharted and dangerous underwater labyrinth to make it out alive. With time running out, can they survive or will they be trapped forever? So, like I said, I've never seen Sanctum. I remember not getting the greatest reviews when it first came out back in, what year is this? Does Shout have the year? 2011. 2011, yeah. I remember not getting a great reception back then. But I don't know. I'd be curious to watch it. So, new 4K presentation from the original elements. Cool. New audio commentary by Emily Higgins and Billy Dunham. Is that the filmmakers or I don't Shout guys? I don't know who those people are. It'd be great to say director Emily Higgins and screenwriter Billy Dunham or whatever they are. Like, oh, here we go. Audio commentary with director Alistair Grierson, actor Reese Wakefield, and co-writer producer Andrew White. But who is Emily Higgins and Billy Dunham? I don't know. Let's find out. Are they like underwater cave diving experts or something like that. That could be Emily Higgins. No idea. Producer? She's a producer, I guess. Okay. And then let's do Billy Dunham. No idea. He's a visual effects guy. Did he work on Sanctum? No, he did not. I don't know who it's. So, okay. Shout, guys. This, if I could just give a little bit of a minor criticism here, it would be great to show tell us who Emily Higgins and Billy Dunham are, because that tells me nothing. I don't know who that. I mean, it's cool that there's a new commentary track for sure, but I have no idea who those people are, so that really does nothing for me. As far as ported over stuff, there is a commentary with director and some cast and writer. Deleted scenes, Sanctum, the real story, and Nullabroar Dreaming, whatever that is. So not a crazy great package here. I don't know. I probably would not rush out to pick this up, but a little bit curious, I guess. Maybe wait for a sale. $32 is a little steep for Sanctum, but yeah, it's okay. It is what it is. So there's that, and let's also check out another announcement that's worth mentioning. We have announced again from Kino. We have Black Sheep coming to 4K UHD. Black Sheep. Kino Lorber have detailed their upcoming 4K release of Penelope Spheeris' comedy Black Sheep, starring Chris Farley, David Spade, Tim Matheson, Gary Busey, Christine Ebersole, expected to arrive on March 25th. So you get a 4K restoration from the original camera negative. Very cool. Dolby Vision HDR presentation of the film. Now here we go. This is what I'm talking about. New audio commentary with director Penelope Spheeris, moderated by film critic and author Simon Abrams. Boom. Perfect. What more could you want? And that's the only new releases included, unfortunately. So you get a commentary track, which is fine. Would have liked maybe some interviews, like if they could have interviewed David Spade or anybody involved with the film, that would have been cool. But that's okay. New commentary, and I do like the movie. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure this has been on Blu-ray before. Yeah, I got a Blu-ray release. Probably has not been updated since 2009. Let's just see. What did the Blu-ray have for bonus features? It had no extra content. So at least we're getting a commentary track. The Blu-ray had nothing. At least we get a commentary track. I like Black Sheep. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I used to watch it quite a bit when it was on cable. So I'm curious to check this out. Has Tommy Boy come on? Yeah, Tommy Boy's on 4K already. I should pick that one up because, believe it or not, I've actually seen Black Sheep more. But I do think Tommy Boy is the better film. But yeah, it'd be a good double feature for sure, checking them both out. So Black Sheep coming to 4K from Kino. Very cool stuff. Let's see, what else do we got here? This one is real quick, but worth mentioning. We have from Kino, they're releasing Paul Schrader's new film, Oh Canada, on Blu-ray, starring Richard Gere, Uma Thurman, Michael Imperioli, and Jacob Elordi. I quite like Paul Schrader, and I've been wanting to check this one out. I don't think you can watch this anyway. I don't think it's been released digitally. Watch Oh Canada. That's what I should do. Just watch. Yeah. So right now it's only in theaters. So I don't know if it's going to get a digital release before the Blu-ray comes out, because February, what is it, 4th? Like, that's only a month away. So I don't know if it's going to get a new release or a digital release, but I do want to check it out because I like Paul Schrader. I'm interested in what he is doing. Let me put these glasses back on. We were getting more hits when I had these glasses, when I was rocking these things. 2025 is here, baby. But yeah, O Canada, I don't know much about what it's about, but I am curious to check it out. I'm excited. And really, the only other piece of new physical media news that I have to talk about here is, let me get out of here, that Paul, the classic comedy Paul, is coming out on 4K from Kino. You guessed it, Paul, which has a pretty stacked cast. I mean, look here. You got Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Seth Rogen, Jason Bateman, Kristen Wiig. Pretty good. The movie was, I saw it in theaters, haven't seen it since. It was okay. I thought it was fun. I do think that, like, I've said this before. I've said it on my podcast, the Cinema Speak podcast. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you find your shows. Paul, I haven't talked about Paul specifically, but Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, they work, I think, best when they are with Edgar Wright, but people give Edgar Wright a lot of credit. I think he needs Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. I think they're his secret sauce. Now, with Paul, you got Pegg and Frost without Edgar Wright. So it's kind of like, it's a fun movie. It's kind of a goofy comedy. Who directed this? Paul Feig? Is it Paul? I don't know who directed this. Does not say. I want to say Paul Feig for some reason, but I could be wrong. Let me see. Paul movie. Director Greg Mottola. Okay, the super bad guy. Yeah, Greg Mottola. He directed it. But like you take the Edgar Wright out of their stuff, and like, nothing against Greg Mottola. I love Superbad. Guy's a pretty good director, but he doesn't have quite the same sauce as Edgar Wright. But then when you get Edgar Wright without Simon Pegg, I mean, I'm not crazy about Baby Driver. I'm not crazy about Last Night in Soho. I'm not crazy about Scott Pilgrim. I think those three need to work together. They are the key ingredients. It's like a cake. You take away the eggs, you got a bad cake. You take away Simon Pegg from Edgar Wright, you got a bad cake. I think those guys need to get back together because I love the Cornetto trilogy. I think it's awesome. So yeah, so Paul coming to 4K. It's from Kino, so it'll be discounted in a Kino sale. But other than that, I probably won't pick it up. Although it's been a while, I would like to see it. I remember liking it. Didn't love it, but I remember liking it well enough. So I might check out Paul, directed by the great Greg Mottola. But yeah, cool. We are anxiously waiting now until noon, 12:01 actually, for the Vinegar Syndrome site to switch over. I guess we could check out some of their FAQs. Just kind of go through this quick, just to really get us ready for the sale that's about to drop, because it is going to be, it says virtual insanity subscriber week. This is going to be insane. So let's go through this a bit. What is subscriber week? The first 7 days of the new year are a celebration of all things Vinegar Syndrome. During this 7-day period, our 2025 yearly subscription will be available to purchase. Plus, we'll have new disc and merch releases, a selection of heavily discounted daily deals, new Vinegar Syndrome Media Club loyalty products, and a chance to win a free 2025 subscription. Free, but you do have to pay through your VSMC Media Club points to get entered. So nothing is free. What do they say? There's no free lunch. The festivities will kick off at 12:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, January 1st, and run through Tuesday, January 7th at 11:59 p.m. The new releases and daily deals will be added to the site at 12:01 p.m. each day of the sale. What are the daily drops and deals? So this year's subscriber week will bring you 3 new Vinegar Syndrome titles, 1 VSU, 1 VSP, 1 VSA, and 2 exciting new releases from Cinematograph, a new Degausser video Blu-ray and deluxe VHS, and 16 new partner label releases. On top of the new releases, we're also offering a selection of heavily discounted titles each day. Everything from Vinegar Syndrome limited editions, 4K UHDs, box sets, partner labels, and more. Discounts will range up to 70% off standard retail price and include some titles from 2024. So be sure to check the daily deals section each day at 12:01 p.m. to see what's new. Plus, as an added bonus, we will be offering 5 times Vinegar Syndrome Media Club points on all daily deal purchases. Now, that's a great deal because you can get your points stacked up. The one thing I'm going to say about Vinegar Syndrome, all right, here's what I'm going to say. I love them. They're great. I love how their company operates. I love their website. I love how they do their sales. Love all of it. Love everything about it. But their subscriber week sales are so good. Like their products are so cheap that it almost undercuts the Black Friday sale, to be totally honest. To the point where it's like, if it's not going out of print, don't even buy it on Black Friday. And hey, I'm not complaining because like they're gonna have titles like 70% off, like great savings. So I'm totally cool with that. But it does kind of undercut their Black Friday sales just a little bit. So not a huge deal. Let's see here. So January 1st. So today we're getting 3 regular Vinegar Syndrome titles, 1 VSU. Can you see that if I do that? Okay, yeah, you can see that. 1 VSU, 16 partner labels, which I don't know if we're going to go through them all, but maybe we will. Who knows? Why not? We're going to get new merch and daily deals. Tomorrow we get a new Cinematograph title. We get a VSA on, what is that, Friday? Saturday, a VSP. Sunday, a VSL, which is Vinegar Syndrome Labs. Trying to remember what they all are. Cinematograph on Monday, and Tuesday we get a Degausser title. Subscription sweepstakes, I kind of already covered that. Will order stacking be available? Yes, order stacking will be available. Now, interesting to note, though, that Vinegar Syndrome order stacking is available. They did say because some people have not gotten their Black Friday orders yet, and I am one of those people. I did receive the Keep on 4K. I have it right here. Let me pull it off here. The Keep. I did receive this on 4K. Let's bring this into the large. Let's get this big. So the Keep, Michael Mann's The Keep. I did buy this. This was a hot ticket item. They sold through 12,000 units, and I picked this up, and it's a pretty nice nice set. You get a collectible booklet. Very cool. Got the movie on 4K. Not bad at all. I like it a lot. I've never seen The Keep, but I am excited to check it out. So I received The Keep on 4K, but I did not receive the rest of my Vinegar Syndrome titles. They said, I think, that they should all ship out by like the 7th or something, but might be the latest I've ever received my Black Friday shipment from Vinegar Syndrome. So I did receive The Keep, did not receive anything else. So I don't know if they received more orders than they were expecting and they weren't able to ship everything out. But either way, I'm still waiting on most of my titles, but I did get this at least. It was a little bit of a bummer when I got my Vinegar Syndrome package in the mail, opened it up, and there was only one movie inside. But it sounds like that was the case for a lot of people. So I still have not received my last order from Vinegar Syndrome. They did say that you can't order stack on orders from the last sale that have not shipped. That's kind of like, I love Vinegar Syndrome, but that's kind of bad. The fact that like they're so slow in shipping that they're like, we know we haven't shipped everything from our last sale over a month ago, but you can't get free shipping on your last sale. You can't buy things in this sale and ship them with your other package that has not shipped out. So you got to pay twice for shipping. So that's the one thing about it. The order stacking you have to buy specifically in this sale. Let's see. When will everything ship? They're going to begin shipping orders placed during this period around January 13th. Very ambitious, I would say. I would expect, if I haven't gotten my Black Friday releases yet, I would say I'm probably not going to get my releases from this sale until at least mid-February. That would be my guess. And then even down here. This is all great, but my Black Friday order still hasn't shipped yet. We are expecting to have all Black Friday orders shipped out before subscriber week begins. And unfortunately, that was not the case. They dropped the ball on that one. It was a big, swing and a miss from Vinegar Syndrome. Big fail. Actually, let me just check. Let's do their update. Let's pull up their update that they did. Because they did post an update here on their Facebook page. Get out of that. Okay. Let's see here. They did say Black Friday and partners only customers. If you are still waiting for your orders, rest assured that our warehouse crew is working tirelessly to get all unfulfilled orders shipped, and we expect to have all remaining orders out by January 7th. So, what they said in their other thing over here, where they said we expect all Black Friday orders shipped out before subscriber week begins, that was not the case. They have failed. They've failed us. But let's go down here to the subscription. I am not going to be getting a subscription because I hate to say it, but honestly, Vinegar Syndrome has so many sales that I don't even know if it's worth it. If I'm being totally, I've never done it. I think it would be very cool to just every month get a new package of Blu-rays shipped to your door. I think that would be amazing. But I mean, look at the prices here. So, U.S. standard is $1,040, which has kind of been the price that they've kept it for the last few years. And I mean, it's a lot of money to drop down. It's not bad though. If you think of everything you get, like if you're willing to do it, it's not a bad price because you get discounts, 50% off every single title anytime you want. Like that's pretty good. At least I think it's every single title anytime you want. I know you get 50% off partner labels, which is cool. But for me, I just don't feel like dropping that much money on purchases that I am unfamiliar with. I probably will buy them at some point, but I just am like, I'll wait for the sales and anything. If there's like a slipcover that I really want, well, I will. I'll buy it full price, but I still think it'll be more financially sensible than waiting or dropping all that money at the get go. It really sucks if you're international because it's an extra $200. I understand why, but that just sucks. It's just cool though. If you're a subscriber in 2024, you do get a $100 renewal coupon, so that's a plus. Like they do treat their subscribers pretty well. But yeah, that's pretty much all the FAQ that you need to know. We have about, let's get back to the main Vinegar Syndrome site and see how we're doing here. We have 2 minutes until the titles drop. 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes of time I need to fill here. Keep on drinking my coffee. Now, I will say, I heard some rumors of what some of the titles could be that are going to be announced today. I remember somebody said they think Street Trash is going to be announced. Street Trash, which I am familiar with the name of the movie, have not seen it. Oh, let's hang on. Let's do Street Trash, 1987 black comedy body horror film. Definitely, yeah, that seems like a Vinegar Syndrome release for sure. Liquor store owner sells alcoholic beverages to homeless people unaware of what the bottles actually contain. Toxic brew. That seems like a very good guess for what the title announcement could be. So I would say Street Trash, and we're getting at least 2 other regular Vinegar Syndrome releases today. But yeah, we got 1 minute. Let's see. Anything we want to say before the big announcements drop? I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Again, for those of us just joining us, I showed it off earlier, but I got my Vinegar Syndrome shirt on. 2025, new year, new me, going live on YouTube. I got my coffee. I got some Baileys in here. We are ready to go. Not real Baileys, because that shit's expensive. I can't afford that. It's Carolyn's or Caroline's or whatever, but can't tell the difference. It all tastes the same. It's all good. So we're getting jacked. We're getting hosed. We're getting juiced right now as we count it down. 20 seconds. My life could change. This could be a life-changing announcement. This could be a life-changing announcement right here. So the time of before is about to end. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Okay, I think we got to refresh it ourselves. And there we go. What do we got here? Whoa, look at all this good stuff. All right. So, no street trash. At least today, no street trash. We have Virtuosity, Deranged, Curse of the Devil, The Vampire's Night Orgy, and Demon Witch Child, and The Seventh Curse, Witch from Nepal. Also, we got some merch here. We got a Vinegar Syndrome glow-in-the-dark shirt. We got a Vinegar Syndrome skate deck, if that's your kind of thing. We got a screen print here. I do like that logo. That is pretty nice. That is pretty sexy. We got a sticker for $3. And now, okay, hang on. Vinegar Syndrome hockey puck. I actually might be $15 is a bit much. Like, that's pretty damn cool. And I love hockey. That is pretty flippin' cool. Only 99 left in stock. Somebody already bought one. Let's see. Still only one purchased. Boy, I don't know. For $10, maybe. 15. What does a hockey puck go for? Let's just hockey puck first. Like, what does one hockey puck go for? Yeah, 240. Yeah, feel like $15 is a little much. Like, I know it's not. I'm not actually gonna play hockey with it. Like, it's for display. Two pucks gone. 2 pucks down. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But let's see here. Let's go through the titles. Well, let's actually check out the partner labels real quick. Let's see what partner labels, just to see if there's anything shocking. We have the Canyons. Speaking of Paul Schrader, the Canyons. Disembodied, Dream Team, Huckle, Influencer, Jacker 2, Descent to Hell. All right. Keanu and Company, The Last Circus, New Life, The Special People, Smiley Face, Satan War, The Sales Girl, Once Were Warriors, Video Man, and Wonderful Paradise. Not much standing out to me. Maybe the Canyons, even though I've heard it's quite bad. It is Paul Schrader. But let's go through the actual regular releases here. So let's start with Virtuosity. Vinegar Syndrome Ultra. Virtuosity. Let's see here. So 8,000 units. So probably not going to sell out anytime soon. But let's just go through here. And I do have to be careful because Vinegar Syndrome sometimes includes nudity in their promotional pictures here. So I'm going to be as careful as I can to not showcase that and get kicked off of YouTube. I got to be honest here. This artwork, not really doing much for me. It's kind of just like, I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, but me being mostly unfamiliar with this movie, it's not really saying much. Okay. We got William Fichtner in there. Is that Russell Crowe? Okay, I guess I am mostly unfamiliar with this movie, I have to be honest. So, Denzel's in it too, apparently. Oh, you got Tim Blake Nelson, Buster Scruggs. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I have to say. Okay, I don't really know much about it, but it looks good visually. I mean, transfer wise, that looks great. There's Denzel back there. So let's see what we got here. The near future, a virtual reality company is completing the development of a highly sophisticated training simulator designed to give police a taste of how to handle the dangers they might encounter in the field while tracking and apprehending criminals. Already, one sentence in, I can tell this movie is going to be dated and problematic, but that actually makes me even more excited for it. In order to perfect the state of the art technology, prisoners are selected based on their skills and toughness and forced to serve as test subjects. Amongst the chosen inmates is Parker Barnes, an ex cop serving time for circumventing the law and taking justice into his own hands. When one of the software's most lethal virtual criminals, Sid 6.7, an amalgamation of vicious sadists and serial killers throughout history, figures out how to jump from the computer world into the real world through the use of nanotechnology, the company behind the program quickly attempts to cover up the malfeasance. As Sid 6.7 runs amok on the streets of LA, leaving a trail of bloody violence in his wake, the police reluctantly admit that they are powerless to help him. Their final hope is to enlist the help of Barnes, the only man to defeat Sid 6.7 in the virtual world, in order to put an end to his flesh and blood reign of terror before any more innocent lives are taken. Produced during the height of tech-themed sci-fi and action films, Virtuosity remains one of the subgenre's most creative and thrill-packed examples. Elevated by director Brett Leonard's of The Lawnmower Man, highly stylized action and stunt sequences, this powerhouse blockbuster stars Oscar winners Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe in one of his first and most unhinged American roles as the deranged Sid 6.7. Oh, that's going to be fun. He's the killer? Oh, hell yeah. Further distinguished by Leonard's then groundbreaking integration of live-action film photography and cutting-edge digital effects, Virtuosity remains a cornerstone of 90s cyberpunk cinema and at last comes to 4K UHD from Vinegar Syndrome Ultra, newly restored from its original camera negative and featuring revealing interviews with its cast and crew. Very cool. So you get a 2-disc set, 4K UHD presented in Dolby Vision high dynamic range, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative, commentary track with director Brett Leonard and Jim Branscorn from Cinematic Void, commentary track with writer and film historian Walter Chaw, democratizing virtual reality, an interview with director Brett Leonard on the making of Virtuosity, ahead of its time, an interview with producer Gary Lucchesi on the development and legacy of Virtuosity, a virtual reunion, a featurette with Brett Leonard, Kelly Durkin, and George Berger, the pioneers behind the interactive screens of Virtuosity. Okay. God Complex, an interview with author Eric Berndt on writing Virtuosity. Character First, a featurette on assembling the cast of Virtuosity, featuring interviews with casting director Deborah Akiya and supporting actors Steven Spinella and Mari Morrow. And image gallery, reversible artwork. Very cool. Very cool. Now, this list of extras, I mean, that's about as good as you can get, right? I mean, 2 commentary tracks, multiple interviews. One of them is 38 minutes. That's pretty awesome. I'm assuming most of this is all new. Just because of how Vinegar Syndrome does things, I can't 100% say for sure. My only issue would be that there's no, primary cast members. Now, I'm not expecting Denzel to do this. He's got better things to do. But I don't know. Russell Crowe, I mean, he just did the exorcism, the Pope's Exorcist. Like, I don't think he's outside the realm of securing an interview. I don't know. I mean, maybe he is, but I mean, even like William Forsythe, he's still alive, right? Yeah, he's still alive. I like William Forsythe for an interview or something. Was that not William Fichtner in there? I swear that was William Fichtner. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a very small, like Tim Blake Nelson. Like I feel like you get an interview with him. Like that's definitely right. Yeah, that's definitely like get him. There's William Forsythe. I don't know. Like I feel like you could get a few cast members, like not primary cast members, but this looks great. Can't say I'm gonna rush out to buy it. Actually, I'm just a little like, what is the? I have to imagine this is pretty badly reviewed. Yeah, not very well received when it first came out. Um, like that's pretty awesome right there. Like that's cool. But yeah, I'm curious to check it out for sure. Again, that's one I don't imagine this selling out anytime soon, so I'm gonna wait for a sale. So I don't think I'd be picking up Virtuosity, but a cool release for what it is. Next up, we have Deranged, The Confessions of a Necrophile. All right. Now, this is the shit I'm talking about. All right. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Looks amazing. Let's just go through here. Look at that. Look at that. Come on now. Look at this. Looks amazing. Okay, we're getting close to nudity, so let's back off for a second. But like, just look at this. This looks. This is look at this. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy. That is my shit right here. This is like, do you want to see like an image of like what I want to see in a movie? This right here, not that. This is like, this is my look at the muffins in the skull. This looks amazing. I don't know anything about this movie, but I'm sold. Look at that shit. What's this shit? Look at that. Like, this looks great. Okay. 6,000 units for this one. 6,000 units, so a little less than Virtuosity. Let's see here. Ezra Cobb leads a simple life on an isolated family farm with his overbearing, God-fearing mother, who spends her days ranting about the evils of women and the sins of the flesh. When Macab, which, first of all, I love the name Macab, suddenly and violently expires, Ezra is plunged into a deep despair and his already troubled mind crosses over into full-blown psychopathy. Racked with loneliness, I should say, Ezra begins plundering the local graveyard to obtain companions to bring home with him, starting with his dear mother, whom he props up in her bed and holds conversations with. But soon, even this collection of cadavers isn't company enough for old Ez, and he decides to turn his attention to fresher subjects. Definitely getting some Ed Gein vibes on this. Yep, there we go. I swear I did not read this before I said that. Based on the real-life case of the Plainfield ghoul Ed Gein, the infamous Wisconsin murderer and grave robber, whose exploits similarly inspired the likes of Psycho, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the Silence of the Lambs. 1974's Deranged offers up one of the most faithful cinematic retellings of this true crime story. With Robert's Blossom, is that the... No way. Is that Old Man Marley from Home Alone? No way. Is it? I can't tell. It must. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, I think that is him. His nose looks a little bigger here, but all right. South Bend Shovel Slayer delivers a chilling and highly credible central performance as Ezra Cobb, co-directed by Jeff Gillen and Alan Ornsby, who also penned Bob Clark's Death Dream, and with early special effects works from a young Tom Savini. Holy shit. Some of which proved so gruesomely effective that they had to be excised to secure the film a theatrical release. Vinegar Syndrome is delighted to disinter the fully unexpurgated version of Deranged for its world UHD premiere, newly restored in 4K from its original camera negative and loaded with a ghoulish array of new and archival extras. Like, hang on, this is a purchase. This is like, I might not even wait for a sale. I mean, if anything, I was like, this looks great. I'm loving it. You got the old man from Home Alone in here, and early effects works from Tom Savini. Holy shit, are you kidding me? This is awesome. But let's see what we have for bonus features here. Let's see. Does it get better? Oh, it does get better. Let's see. Newly scanned and restored from its 35mm original camera negative. Commentary track with writer and co-director Alan Ormsby. Commentary track with Tom Savini. Commentary track with film historian Richard Harland Smith. Very Unnatural Deaths, an interview with Tom Savini. It Was a Fun Time, an interview with actor Brian Smeagol. Disturbed, Demented, Deranged, an interview with Nightmare USA author Stephen Thrower. The Making of Deranged, an archival documentary. Interview with producer Tom Carr. Introduction to the film by Tom Savini. Original trailers, TV spot. I mean, that is what you want. This is it's January 1st. This might already be the release of the year, Deranged. This is amazing. Let's just do, I'm not going to show much of it because I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube, but let's just do a little peek at, I don't know how this is going to play.
Several years ago, I covered firsthand the incredible story you are about to see recreated in this motion story of ghastly proportion.
Looks like,
but
yep. This
of our own fears. The events have...
So look at that.
The events...
Hang on. Yes.
The events have been recreated. It is not a story for the squeamish.
Oh my gosh.
Or the faint-hearted. It is the story of
this is
necrophilia.
I mean, this looks like an amazing release. I'm curious, let's do a little, what do people say about this movie? Because I don't think I've ever heard about this. Let's just see, Deranged. What do people say about this one? Mostly good reviews. Middling to good, I'd say. Okay. Yeah, I'm in. I'm 100% in on this release. This is great. I might not even wait for a sale. So Deranged right now is the clear favorite. But let's keep on going. We have Curse of the Devil, The Vampire's Night Orgy, and Demon Witch Child, which I assume are 3 movies. Don't know anything about any of these, but they look fun. This looks cool. Spanish, I'm guessing. Okay, all right, now we're talking. That looks amazing. That's great. That's a cool shot right there. Oh, well, I wish I could go full screen on the things I want, but looks pretty neat. Okay. All right. Okay. Looks fun. Oh, hey, let's go back to that. All right, I'm into it. Let's see what we got here. 6,000 units. Oh boy, this is a lot. From bloodier and sexier reimaginings of gothic tropes to shameless homespun ripoffs of international hits, 70s Spanish horror films offered wild and unforgettable delights for audiences domestically and abroad. 3 key names working in the genre. Oh boy, Carlos Arued, Leon Kilmovsky, and Armando de Osorio helped define and refine what genre films in Spain became most infamous for. Presented here is 1 key work by each auteur, all of which have been newly and exclusively restored by Vinegar Syndrome for this release. Okay, so you get 3 movies from 3 different directors, all 70s Spanish horror films. What does this retail for? $42.99. Okay, that's a pretty good price. 3 movies for that price. In Curse of the Devil, director Carlos Arued's, however you say it, second collaboration with star Paul Naschy. Okay, yes, Paul Naschy. I know people love him. Lycanthrope Waldemar Dominski is back, doomed to become a bloodthirsty werewolf as punishment for his family's involvement in centuries-old witch trials. Co-written by Naschy and focusing on his familiar blend of carefully constructed characters juxtaposed with gruesome gore, Curse of the Devil has been newly restored in 4K. It is presented in its uncensored original version, which features extended nudity and bloodier violence as composed to the more commonly seen international cut. Okay, so that's a big plus right there. In Vampires of the Night, director Leon Kilmovsky, which I actually own, one of the Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. I own that, I believe. Where would that be? Yeah, I have it right here. It's just, I did not know I owned one of this guy's things. Hang on. right here. I already got one of his movies. Have not watched it. Yikes. But okay, so I already got one Kilmovsky movie sitting on the shelf back there. Let's see here. Director Leon Klimovsky skillfully integrates a suspenseful vampire film with a tense survival thriller as a busload of travelers become stranded in an eerie village where each night after dark, the townspeople transform into ravenous bloodsuckers, featuring a cast of Spanish genre cinema luminaries, including Jack Taylor and Helga Line. This atmosphere-drenched drive-in hit comes newly restored in 4K and presented in its nude export version. All right. And finally, in Demon Witch Child, one of the first and most shameless European reimaginings of The Exorcist, director Armando de Osorio, Tombs of the Blind Dead, revels in the over-the-top trashiness as innocent tween Susan Barnes becomes possessed by demonic forces after a vengeful witch gives her a strange, cursed doll. From lo-fi spinning torsos to late-night human sacrifices, career horror filmmaker Osorio keeps the entertainment value high, enhanced by a cast of veteran Spanish character actors, including Daniel Martin and Fernando Sancho, while the film looks better than ever, having been newly scanned and restored in 4K. Honestly, all three sound great. I'm in. Let's see. Presented in both their Spanish language original soundtracks, along with their English language dubs. Very cool. Curse the Devil, interview with Sergio Molina, author, son of actor, co-writer Paul Naschy. Interview with Sitges Film Festival director Angel Sala. Archival interview with Paul Naschy. And alternate clothed scenes from the international version. Vampire Night Orgy, interview with actor Jack Taylor. Another interview with Angel Sala. Interview with actor Victor Madaleno. And on Demon Witch Child, interview with actress Marian Salgado. And a couple other introductions. So, not packed on bonus features on this one, but you get 3 movies for $43. They all sound great. I'd say this is a pretty good package. This looks like a lot of fun. Don't know if I'm going to pick it up like ASAP.
Le digo que en esta comarca.
Tú la mataste. ¡Asesino! Tú la mataste.
Satán.
Todos lo estamos.
Stylish. I'm kind of into it. Now, I will say before I go to the last new Vinegar Syndrome release, I forgot to check the daily deals section. Let's see what we got here. So these are all the titles that are on sale today, and there's a lot. Wow. Let's see here. I have Ted Bundy. Have not watched it. That's almost sold out. Let me just see what's close to selling out here. We have The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock. That still has over 1,000 left in stock. I don't even know. I don't even remember this one coming out. Criminally Insane. Satan's Black Wedding. Vinegar Syndrome Labs. Story of a Junkie. I've been trying to buy every Vinegar Syndrome Labs are released, so I might check that out. The Prophecy. I might buy The Prophecy. I've been wanting to get that released for a while. Yeah. Not sure on a lot of these. Simon Killer I'd like to check out. It's only 261 left in stock for the slipcover. I remember when that came out. It got some buzz. I remember people talking about it. And how much is it? 16 cents. That's a pretty good price. That's tempting. But, yeah. I'm surprised Ted Bundy's 70% off. I thought that would have sold out very quickly. Just for the true crime nature of it. Scared to Death is 70% off. I think I own that one. Yes, I already have that one. So I will not need to purchase Scared to Death. I got it right here. have not watched it, so I can't recommend it. But I'm so bad. I'm so behind on my Vinegar Syndrome releases. All right, let's go back and check out the final new release here. The Seventh Curse and Witch from Nepal. So this one you get 2 movies, $40. Don't know anything about these. Let's see. Who is that? Is that well, I don't know. Seventh Curse. Okay. Now that's cool. I like that. I like that. I like that. This looks pretty fun. This looks pretty fun, I have to say. Kind of like almost like a Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, that's cool. Okay, this is. I'm intrigued. Okay, all right. 6,000 units, 40-page perfect bound book. Golden Harvest was one of Hong Kong's biggest and most prolific producers of big-budget genre films, with titles ranging from martial arts adventures to grisly horror and thrillers. Presented here are a set of genre-defying and genre-blending classics that skillfully intertwine horror, action, fantasy, and generally jaw-dropping weirdness. Okay. Let's see. Dr. Wan is a world-famous adventurer whose exploits have found him playing everything from hostage negotiator to exploring the most offbeat corners of the globe. While in the jungles of Thailand, Dr. Wan rescues a young woman from a bloodthirsty supernatural sect named the Worm Tribe as they attempt to sacrifice her to their ancient evil deity. After a Worm Tribe elder forces the doctor to swallow a handful of bullets, Dr. Wan becomes afflicted by the 7 blood curses, which cause the bullets to burst from his body. Determined to find a cure before the 7th and final curse takes his life, Dr. Wan returns to the jungle, where he must defeat the Worm Tribe and other unexpected supernatural obstacles. So that sounds pretty cool. An off-the-wall blending of action, adventure, and insane supernatural horror, Lam Nai Kai's The Seventh Curse offers enough mind-boggling mayhem to satisfy even the most jaded genre film fans' appetite. From thrilling action sequences, plentiful practical creature effects, and all the over-the-top blood and violence perfected by Cat 3 cinema. Featuring memorable performances by Hong Kong film legends Chin Soo Ho, Chow Yun Fat, and Maggie Chung, The Seventh Curse makes its US Blu-ray debut, newly restored and fully uncut. Like, that's pretty... Like, this right here, I am unfamiliar with Chin Soo Ho. Buddy Trevor from Catching Up on Cinema, he's more martial arts expert than I am, so I don't know if he's familiar with him. But, I mean, Chow Yun Fat and Maggie Chung, I mean, this is like... That's like Mount Rushmore right here. And then for the second title, Joe and his girlfriend travel to Nepal to escape their busy lives. However, their vacation takes an unwelcome turn when Joe is injured while on safari and goes missing. Once found, he is brought to a hospital where a mysterious woman tells him that he's been chosen to be the leader of a mystical tribe in order to fight against an evil sorcerer. Upon returning to Hong Kong, Joe tries to forget about his ordeal. However, the mysterious woman tracks him down, and the two soon fall madly in love. Unfortunately, the sorcerer is also in Hong Kong searching for the mysterious woman, and Joe soon finds himself embroiled in a savage fight between good and evil. Starring international superstar Chow Yun Fat, Witch from Nepal is a thrilling Hong Kong actioner fused with fantasy and supernatural horror. Directed by action choreographer Ching Su Tang, and culminating with an impressive final showdown that defies both time and space, this genre-bending oddity finally comes to US Blu-ray, newly restored and completely uncut. So let's see. I'm guessing this is... Oh, hang on. Let's go backwards here. Okay, this must be the second. Yeah, this looks more like the second title. So this one, not as much up my alley, I have to be honest, but still looks fun. Still looks cool. The first one sounds awesome. Let's see here. 2-disc set, newly color graded and restored by Vinegar Syndrome from Studio Supplied Masters. Newly translated subtitles. Brand new commentary track with martial arts film expert Frank Zhen for the Hong Kong version of The Seventh Curse. Brand new commentary track with film historian and author Sam Deacon and author and podcaster Mike White for the Hong Kong version of The Seventh Curse. So that's one thing cool here. You get both the Hong Kong version and the English version of The Seventh Curse, which from Nepal looks like just the Hong Kong version, I think, from what I can tell. Let's see here. Lam Nai Kai, Hong Kong's Master of Fantasy, a video essay by Sam Deegan. A couple trailers. So, we get a pretty good set here. 2 movies, 3 commentary tracks, a video essay. Yeah, that's about what you'd expect. I mean, maybe it could have used a couple more, some kind of interview or, something. Because if you're not into commentary tracks, you're really only getting this video essay, which is probably very good. I mean, Sam Deegan. But yeah, not bad. Looks definitely that first movie sounds. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I would like to pick that up maybe eventually. So, if I were to rank these titles here in terms of my excitement, I would probably say Deranged is number 1. Then I would say Deranged is like number 1 with a bullet. That sounds amazing. Then I would say Curse of the Devil, Vampire's Night Orgy, and Demon Witch Child is number 2. Seventh Curse and Witch from Nepal, I'd put it number 3, but a close number 3. I'd say these two I'm almost equally excited for. This one just with the Seventh Curse and Witch from Nepal. Witch from Nepal doesn't sound as exciting to me. And then Virtuosity, I can't say I'm all that excited for it, but I might pick it up. I mean, it is a Vinegar Syndrome Ultra release. So yeah, that's what we got there. Let's just check out, I'm not going to go through them all, but let's just check out the partner labels here. See what we got. I do want to check out the Canyons from IFC Films. 1,714 left in stock. Let's see here. This is a Paul Schrader movie, obviously, with Lindsay Lohan. All right. Okay. Written by Bret Easton Ellis. Director Paul Schrader and screenwriter Bret Easton Ellis team up for The Canyons, a searing indictment of Hollywood culture and the year's most controversial film. When was this written? Young trust fund baby Christian is working on financing a horror film simply to keep his dad off his back. His girlfriend turned plaything Tara is helping him with casting, and his producer Gina is trying to get her boyfriend Ryan the lead role. But unbeknownst to Christian and Gina, Ryan and Tara were once a couple, and as soon as the two meet again at an audition, their romance is rekindled. When Christian discovers that Tara has been having an affair, he begins to play a series of cruelly escalating mind games with both Ryan and Tara, leading to an act of violence which there can be no redemption. Featuring fearless and unprecedented performances from its young cast, The Canyons is a thought-provoking examination of privilege run amok, presented in its unrated director's cut. Also stars Gus Van Sant in an acting role. Kind of interesting. New audio commentary by film historian Adrian Martin. Video interview with director Paul Schrader. Now here's something that I can be a little critical. I can criticize the partner labels for a bit that Vinegar Syndrome always does an excellent job of. Tell me how long this is. How long is this video interview? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 30 minutes? Give me like creating the Canyons featurette. That sounds like something that was made for a DVD release that would be 5 minutes long. Like that doesn't, but it could be a feature length thing. I don't know. If it was feature length, they probably would say that it was. But yeah, you do get a booklet. Not the greatest release in terms of like extras and stuff, but I'm intrigued because I've never seen it, and I do like Paul Schrader. Interesting because it came out at a time where it got horrible reviews. Like, let's just see. Just curious. Yeah, 21% Rotten Tomatoes, 3.8 out of 10 on IMDb. I'm curious because it very well could be like, it came out at a time when Lindsay Lohan's career was, just bombing hard. And Paul Schrader also wasn't really held in the highest regard. So very well could be just something that was maybe beat up on a little unfairly. I'd be curious to watch it. I don't know if I'd want to purchase it. Not really worried about it going out of stock anytime soon. So we have that one. From Bleeding Skull, we have Disembodied. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go through all these. But I guess indebted to David Lynch's Eraserhead, Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space, and Frank Henenlotter's Brain Damage. This is a 4K, by the way. Disembodied is a cinematic acid trip that blurs the line between horror and experimental art. The story follows Connie Sprouts, a gothed-out scientist who checks into the decrepit Grand Hotel to continue her experiments and turn people into slime before eating them. Shot in Reno by director William Kirsten on gritty 16mm film, this DIY passion project is filled with stop-motion effects, gory body horror, and surrealist visuals. Bleeding Skull is honored to present a new 4K restoration of the original uncut version of Disembodied on disc for the first time ever, complete with a science lab full of extras and multiple versions of the film. So, some commentaries, director's cut, interview. I mean, yeah, it looks interesting. I'm into it. I like it looks pretty cool, actually. I don't know if I want to spend $35 on it. What is going on there? Eee. But yeah, I mean, actually, what Bleeding Skull? What have they put out? Because it used to be Agfa and Bleeding Skull, but now Bleeding Skull, I guess, is their own label. Apparently. Yeah. Okay. So it's their first 4K, which is cool. Yellow Veiled Pictures. We have Dream Team. Yeah, not much standing out here. It's 2024 release. I have not heard anything about it, so I can't say I'm overly interested. Maybe I'll come back and check it out, but I'm just trying to go through these quick because there's so many. We have Huckle from Deck Analog. Only 1,000 units on this one. Yeah. Looks artsy. Let's see. This one, Shudder. We have Influencer, which, first of all, I love this. That cover is amazing. That is really cool. I've been wanting to watch this on Shudder for a while, but haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I love that artwork. It's 2,000 units. This might be worth ordering simply for that subcover, which I hate to say. I hate to do that, but that is like, I love that. Come on. Come on. Like, that's really freaking cool. I love that. Let's see. While struggling on a solo backpacking trip, social media influencer Madison meets CW, who shows her a more uninhibited way of living. but CW's interest in Madison takes a darker turn. Pretty straightforward. I get 2 audio commentaries, deleted and extended scenes, behind the scenes footage, like, what behind the scenes footage, proof of concept footage, like how much of this is there? So, I mean, not a ton of bonus features. I mean, get 2 commentaries. That's good enough, I suppose. But I'm intrigued because I've been wanting to watch it for a while, and I love that slipcover. So that's interesting. We have Saturn's Core, Jacker 2, Descent to Hell. Only 1,000 units on this one. A lot of special features here. Let's see. Let me just read. Shot during a lull in production during their seminal SOV epic, Burglar from Hell, New York-based writer-director Phil Herman and his Falcon Video Collective concocted Jacker, unleashing another notable fanzine favorite during the 90s mail-order horror boom that was keenly inspired by the real-life rash of carjackings that proliferated in the tri-state area during this era. Its notoriety inspired the elaborate sequel Jacker 2 Descent to Hell 3 years later, and helped cement Phil Herman's status as a distinctive and eccentric voice in the analog underground. So that's kind of cool, actually. SOV, obviously, as Saturn's Core, all their titles are, so, it's not going to look great. I'm wondering, does Jacker 2, does he actually, go to hell? Like, is this what, everyone keeps saying the John Wick 5 is going to be him fighting his way out of hell? Did Jacker 2 beat them to the punch? That's kind of interesting. Speaking of John Wick, Keanu and Company from Canadian International Pictures. So, what do we have here? Before Johnny Utah, before Neo, before John Wick, there was Ron. And Keanu Reeves gave his first lead performance in 1985's One Step Away, establishing the charm and vulnerability of his beloved screen persona while exploring the pitfalls of juvenile delinquency. The film was directed by Robert Fortier, a seasoned documentarian venturing deeper into fiction filmmaking following the success of his daredevil stunt-driving doc, The Devil at Your Heels. Keanu & Co. collects 3 of the films he directed for the NFB's Family Crisis series, including Keanu's essential debut, vividly evoking the spirit of the after-school special in its 80s heyday. In Out of a Job, Dan Lett plays a young engineer, returns to the home of his parents and computer whiz brother after his promising career abruptly falls apart. In One Step Away, Keanu Reeves plays Ron, a troubled teen struggling to overcome peer pressure and his own criminal impulses when his latest arrest derails the life of his single mother. Finally, in the shocking thriller Running Scared, Stephen Mandel plays an intensely jealous boyfriend whose spying and scolding ways rapidly escalate to full-blown stalking. Okay. So, couple issues here already. First of all, I don't like that it's called Keanu and Company, and it sounds like Keanu is only in one movie. But that's interesting. And I also don't like that down here we only have the information for what I assume is the first movie, because we have an 85-minute runtime here. So I'm a little confused by that. But looks like there's lots of bonus features here. So kind of cool, but not all that. It definitely seems like they put Keanu on the cover simply to sell more copies. Magnolia Pictures, we have The Last Circus, which, hang on, the dog's losing its mind. Okay. Yes, the dog is losing his mind out there. So let's see here. Magnolia Pictures, The Last Circus. I don't know if I want to read through all this. I kind of remember when this first came out. Actually, I do. Actually, this is kind of a weird. I do remember when this came out. Actually, actually, let me read through this here. What do we got here? 2,000 units. In 1937, Spain is in the midst of the brutal Spanish Civil War. A happy circus clown is interrupted mid-performance and forcibly recruited by a militia. Still in his costume, he is handed a machete and led into battle against national soldiers, where he single-handedly massacres an entire platoon. Fast forward to 1973, the tail end of the Franco regime. Javier, the son of the clown, dreams of following in his father's career footsteps, but has seen too much tragedy in his life. He's simply not funny and is only equipped to play the role of the sad clown. He finds work in a circus where he befriends an outlandish cast of characters, but as the sad clown, he must take the abuse of the brutish happy clown Sergio, who humiliates Javier daily in the name of entertainment. It is here that he meets Natalia, a gorgeous acrobat and abused wife of Sergio. Javier falls deeply in love with Natalia and tries to rescue her from her cruel and violent husband, unleashing Sergio's jealousy. But Natalia is torn between her affection towards Javier and her lust for Sergio. With neither man willing to back down, this twisted love triangle evolves into a ferocious battle between sad clown and happy clown, escalating to unbelievable heights in this absurd, shocking, irreverent, and unforgettable film. So you get a new audio commentary, new video essay, making of The Last Circus. Again, how long is this? What is this? Behind the scenes footage, visual effects footage. I mostly just remember like the image of a clown with like right here, a clown with, an Uzi. I don't know if I ever watched this, but I remember when it came out kind of being somewhat interested. Does not sound like what I expected it to. Let's just check here. This is one where people's reception of it could actually sway me one way or the other. But it's cool because this is a movie that I remember when it came out and I totally had completely forgotten about until now. So, yeah, decent reviews. Okay, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. All right. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. Let's see, how many more do we have of this? We're getting there. Brainstorm Media, we have New Life, which is this the one that just came out this year? Okay, all right. So this one is a movie I watched. It was actually recommended to me by Bobby, who is often on the show, and he said he watched it just totally off the cuff, just saw it on iTunes and rented it, and he was a big fan. And I watched it, and I thought it was pretty good as well. What do we got here? 1,000 units, a mysterious woman on the run, and the resourceful fixer assigned to bring her in. Their two unique stories inextricably link as the stakes of the pursuit rise to apocalyptic proportions. 2 commentary tracks, handful of interviews. Yeah, this is kind of cool, actually. I thought this was pretty good. It was, a little low budget, didn't totally take full advantage of its premise, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and not crazy about that slipcover. I almost didn't even recognize it, to be honest. But from Brainstorm Media, what else have they put out? It's only their second release. Okay. And the last release was Starve Acre. So it seems like they put out new-ish movies, mostly. That's cool. That's one that I've actually seen. In fact, is it the only movie? I think it's the only movie that's been announced today that I've seen. From Film Movement Classics, we have Once Were Warriors. Never heard of this. Okay. Yeah. Amidst the mean streets of Auckland, Beth Heck lives with her husband Jake and their 3 children in a tenement house for native Maori. Jake's battle with alcoholism frequently results in terrifyingly violent outbursts, but Beth's unwavering devotion prevents her from seeing how much his rage is destroying their family until it is nearly too late. Winner of 9 New Zealand Film Awards, this groundbreaking adaptation of Alan Duff's hard-hitting novel set local box office records and launched the international career of director Lee Tamahori. What has he done? That's a good question. Lee Tamahori, who did The Edge next. Okay, all right. Die Another Day. Okay, I know who this guy is. Yeah. All right, I'm a little more intrigued. Not really my kind of movie, but interested. Film movement, we have The Sales Girl. Okay, there's that. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go through all these because this might be... I guess there's no nudity in here. Okay, we're good. When college co-ed Cerule takes a temporary job as a clerk in an adult store, her poker-faced indifference makes her the perfect foil for the clientele, who range from slightly sheepish and cautiously curious to downright perverse. But it is Katya, the shop's flamboyant, eccentric female owner, who initiates Cerule's journey into adulthood, taking her under her wing and teaching her the art of living and gently guiding her on the path to self-discovery. This joyfully quirky, candid, big city coming-of-age story from Sengadorj... Oh boy, I'm not even going to try. One of the best voices of contemporary cinema in Mongolia, is fueled by a splendid original script, utterly unique characters, and unexpected encounters. And you get a making-of featurette that we don't know how long it is. So, not much there. I mean, it's cool that we're getting a Mongolian film on Blu-ray in North America. Like, I'm definitely into that. What else has Film Movement done? Okay, so they've put out a few things. Yeah, I'm not going to rush out to see this one. Although, let's just, again, not to keep going back to this, but pretty good reviews. There's a good review right there. One of my favorite cum shot scenes. Okay. All right. I'm intrigued, but I don't think I'll be buying that one. Let's see. What we got? 5 more. American Genre Film Archive, AGFA. We have Satan War. A DIY answer to the Amityville Horror from Texas actor Bart LaRue. Satan War is an unforgettable satanic panic artifact. When newlyweds Louise and Bill Foster move into a new house, they're confronted by a supernatural entity, and things only get worse from here. Never legitimately released until now, Satan War floats across the screen in a black cloud of pummeling synthesizers, hallucinogenic visuals, and unsettling themes. 3 versions of the film. Cool. Commentary, interview. This is actually intriguing. Let's just check the trailer quick.
In the summer of 1976, Louise's price was extremely reasonable. Too reasonable. Later,
all right, I am definitely interested in this. Could have used more bonus features than a commentary and an interview. Also preserved from the 16mm answer print. So it looks a little rough, but it was shot on 16mm. I mean, makes sense. From Dark Star, we have Smiley Face, which, yes, this is the Anna Faris movie. Have never seen it. but I am familiar with it. I remember seeing the poster all the time on streaming in video stores. You got Danny Trejo in there. Very cool. Yeah, John Krasinski as well. I'm not going to go through this one. You get an audio commentary and a booklet. That's about all you get. So, not much there. From Art Label, we have The Special People. Another one I've never heard of. Oh, okay. All right. That's Depeche Mode. That's got me interested. What is this one about? The citizens of the Pink Forest stare into iridescent cubes and cannot look away. Apple, Bird, and Violet manage to break their trance. They experience the sensuality of fruit and each other in the forest, but soon realize it is not enough. The special people embark on a journey to bring the other citizens of the forest back to consciousness by destroying the master cube. I'm not even going to finish reading this plot because I don't even know what's happening with this plot synopsis. But let's jump down to the next paragraph. Mostly recorded in a single room in Brooklyn. This is really what tells me about the movie. The Special People is the culmination of 15 years of creating video art that ranges from delightfully playful to daringly vulnerable. Director Erica Schreiner built a sparkling, fantastical melange of sets and backdrops to create a stunningly rich world populated with wonderfully strange characters. The soft, ethereal visuals are underscored by an original score from co-star Johnny Dido of the garage Tropicalia band, the Johns. So this is actually a recent release. SOV, looks like, I think. And yeah, quite a few bonus features, some interview, commentary track. Pretty good set. Really just does not sound like it's for me, to be honest. And I stopped reading the plot synopsis because it seemed like this is the kind of movie where the plot is not important. Definitely seems more like a vibe kind of movie. So that's cool. Not for me again, but if you're into that kind of thing, God bless. ETR Media, we have Video Man. That was my nickname in high school. Ennio, a Giallo. Okay, all right, I'm already interested. A Giallo obsessed VHS collector with a drinking problem finds a highly collectible videotape that could solve his money problems and save him from eviction. He makes a deal with a shady anonymous collector before realizing the video has been stolen. So begins Ennio's desperate hunt for the black-gloved perpetrator, while along the way, he meets Simone, an alcoholic woman obsessed with the 80s. His and Simone's mutual love of nostalgia draws them together. As the search for the tape goes on, Ennio's life turns into one of the giallo movies he likes to watch. We need to put these glasses back on. I'm starting to lose it here. Got to start 2025 in style. Alan Jones of Fright Fest called it Dario Argento meets Mike Leigh. Christian A. Soderstrom's feature film debut is a darkly comic, creepy, and incredibly moving celebration of both gialli and social realism. Fans of genre cinema, art cinema, and collectors will find Video Man an absolute blast. Some interviews and a featurette. Yeah, so no commentary, but some decent bonus features. Let's see what we got here. First of all, okay, artwork is interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of intrigued, I guess. This is if there's ever one to check a Letterboxd, Video Man from 2018. Reviews are mixed. Sure hope this guy never finds out about slipcovers. Absolutely. mixed to positive. So that one is definitely like fun. Watch it before buying. Let's see. Can you watch it anywhere? Video Man. 99-cent rental on iTunes. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes too. That's okay. And then last release from Connie, Wonderful Paradise. Another one I know next to nothing about. Looks very nice. Okay. In this demented spin on the unwanted guest scenario from iconoclast Masashi Yamamoto, the debt-ridden Sasyas must move out of their suburban Tokyo house. In the midst of packing, the family's rebellious daughter posts an open invitation online. Let's have a party. Soon, guest after guest pours in, from estranged relatives to jilted lovers, from drug dealers and yakuza to supernatural delights of the kaiju variety. I don't know what that is supposed to be, but okay. With the unflinching logic of an ever-escalating Matsuri, Yamamoto offers a demented spin on Teorema that pinballs until all notions of cinematic realism and common sense are well thrown out the window. Here he casts his eye on the upper middle classes, yet continues to build a version of his on-screen punk utopia, as begun in Robinson's Garden, What's Up Connection, and earlier nihilistic Carnival in the Night. Finding the fault lines in yet another set of zany characters that allow for the upending of Japanese propriety and decorum by way of unexpected, joyful cinematic mayhem. So that premise actually sounds like something I would like. I could see liking this a lot. I kind of like those ever-escalating sort of movies. You get an interview with the director, and that's about it. So really light on bonus features. So I don't know if I would pick this up, but I'm curious to watch it. So yeah, not bad. I would say for the partner labels, the clear winner would probably be Satan War. If I were to pick up one movie, and then I would probably say The Canyons, Influencer, and I guess that's it. Was there one other one? New Life as well, maybe. But yeah, okay, pretty good. I mean, Disembodied 2 was intriguing. I was interested in that one as well. So, not bad. Some pretty good releases there. I would still say the clear favorite is Deranged for me. So, yeah. And then on the daily deals, I have not seen any of these movies, so I can't really comment on them. But I mean, the Prophecy collection, that's pretty great. $40 for 3 4Ks. It's a pretty awesome price. I own Ted Bundy. Have not watched it yet. Let's see, Battle of the Lost Planet. Well, that one's going pretty fast, actually. I don't know if I should buy that. I don't know if I might have bought that in the last sale. That's the problem. I don't remember what I bought in the last sale. Cinematograph. Christopher Walken movie. But yeah, there's some good stuff here. I'll probably pick up a few sales today. And remember, they have new items on sale every single day. So you can check back tomorrow and have a new selection of titles that you can add to your home media collection. So cool. Well, I think that's about going to cover it. Thanks, everybody who tuned in and watched. Again, like I said, this may be a one-time thing. I may never do this again. But, I was thinking, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go over all these Vinegar Syndrome titles myself. So why not live stream it and we can, have some fun with it. So thanks everybody for tuning in, watching. Anybody who watches this after the fact, as long as it stays up, thanks for watching. This might get deleted for all I know. It may get deleted. So this is exclusive content that you're seeing right now. But of course, my name is Brad. I am the host of the Cinema Speak podcast. New podcast every single week. You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you find your shows. Find us here on YouTube. Just search Cinema Speak. We're on X at the Cinema Speak, on Instagram as Cinema Speak Podcast. And remember, subscribe on here as well. So thanks everybody for watching. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later.